I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Deoxys. For the first half of the 20th century, people easily imagined the other planets in our solar system being inhabited by little green men and other kinds of large alien fauna. As humanity properly entered the space age and sent probes and cameras to Mars and Venus, we saw how barren they were, and the search instead turned to finding microorganisms in the Martian dust, or fossils in its rocks. Science fiction moved its larger aliens further away. Now alien invaders flew from interstellar origins. Some authors explored the idea of microorganisms in space, though, like Michael Crichton's novel The Andromeda Strain, which features a deadly disease located in the upper atmosphere. Elsewhere, some scientists on the fringe began to consider panspermia, the idea that life's sudden origin on our planet was the result of genetic material falling from space. Deoxys, a psychic-type Pokémon, is a space virus. Pokémon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum tell us, an alien virus that fell to Earth on a meteor underwent a DNA mutation to become this Pokémon. Deoxys is vaguely humanoid, as a lot of aliens in science fiction are depicted, but it has a very odd alien shape to it, and its arms are made of pairs of twirling tentacles, somewhat resembling the double helix of DNA, the chemical recipe which allows cells to grow correctly and form living things. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and is the origin of Deoxys' name. Pokémon Emerald expands a little on this origin story, telling us, a Pokémon that mutated from an extraterrestrial virus, exposed to a laser beam. In Pokémon X and Y, we saw an ancient weapon which was used 3,000 years ago, and did indeed shoot a laser into space. The nearby location of some Deoxys meteors seems to imply this was the laser that formed the Pokémon. Pokémon Ruby tells us, the DNA of a space virus underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam, and resulted in Deoxys. The crystalline organ on this Pokémon's chest appears to be its brain. And Pokémon Sapphire tells us, Deoxys emerged from a virus that came from space. It is highly intelligent, and wields psychokinetic powers. This Pokémon shoots lasers from the crystalline organ on its chest. Deoxys appeared in the Pokémon anime movie Destiny Deoxys, where it is implied that the crystal is essentially the creature's true body, with it growing the rest of the body around itself as required. This movie is a pretty great one actually, with one Deoxys searching for its mate by making numerous clones and terrorizing a town, giving a real creepy alien invasion vibe. Eventually we realised this was an innocent misunderstanding, but not before some tense scenes and some epic kaiju battles between Deoxys and Rayquaza. With its mysterious alienness, mask-like face, and countless doubles, Deoxys in this movie somewhat reminds me of Diaboromon in the Digimon movie Our War Game. Deoxys is already an incredibly powerful Pokémon, but after its initial appearance in Pokémon Ruby and Sapphire, it was boosted even further. In Fire Red, we met Attack Form. This Deoxys has transformed into its aggressive guise. It can fool enemies by altering its appearance. This transformation makes Deoxys a little more sharp-edged and sleek, and trades its defense and special defense stats for even more mad attack and special attack. In Leaf Green, on the other hand, we saw Deoxys Defense Form. When it changes form, an aurora appears. It absorbs attacks by altering its cellular structure. A bulkier design with a flat armor-like body and flat shield arms, this form traded some attack for nigh invulnerable defense. And a little later, Pokémon Emerald gave us one more form, Speed Form. Its body is configured for superior agility and speed. This version was sleek and sharp like an Olympic cyclist, and trades some defense and attack, plus a lot of HP, for ridiculous speed. Early on, even acquiring Deoxys was difficult. It was a mythical Pokémon, meaning players could only get it through special events and giveaways. On top of this, each form only existed in its game of origin. A Deoxys in Fire Red will always be in attack form, and in Leaf Green will always be in defense form, and so on. From Diamond and Pearl onwards, taking a Deoxys to various different meteors will allow it to transform into its different forms all within one game. In the early games, acquiring an Aurora ticket and visiting Birth Island, players will encounter Deoxys as a mysterious floating triangle. This is probably the second most common form of unidentified flying object, after the standard flying saucer shape. This shape is similar to the Greek alphabet character Delta, which gives its name to the Delta episode at the end of the game's Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Here, players were finally able to acquire Deoxys without any kind of special event or download. Now it's readily available, but still banned from competitive play like other mythical Pokémon. Given its incredible power, especially in its attack form or speed form, this is probably for the best. I'm a big sci-fi geek, and a lover of obscure scientific concepts. Do I believe alien chromosomes descended to Earth from a comet and formed life? Probably not. Do I think interstellar visitors in glowing triangular crafts regularly come to Earth? Not really, but I love thinking about it, and seeing it harass Ash Ketchum on my television screens. Music for Luke Loves Pokémon is composed by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork was drawn by Katie Groves. Deoxys was designed by Hironobu Yoshida. Writing, producing, and editing is all by me, Luke Summerhays. Funding is provided by lovely listeners at patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. For just $1 a month, you can help support the show and also listen to content early. Even if you don't want to help out, you should swing by that website for convenient links to the podcast my pals and I create. Why not check out Matt and Luke's Sci-Fi Sanctuary, which hasn't covered Destiny Deoxys or the Andromeda strain yet, but probably will. I love it when listeners get in touch. Next up, we'll have a brief series about Hisuian Pokemon, and then we'll be jumping into the 4th generation. Sinnoh confirmed. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about those or whatever Pokemon you love. And even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Deoxys. And remember, I love you too.